Hi everyone, I got question from my subscriber about how to make layout laminate flooring and how to stagger the laminate flooring. So usually I use this type of uh, layout for any flooring, for laminate, for vinyl, for hardwood flooring. So let's go. First of all, we have to conditionally divide into several parts board. So one is full board, another one it's half, so another one is 75%, and one more it's 25% from the uh, original length of laminate flooring board. And then if you start layout like full board, then 75%, then 50%, and then 25% board, it will look like staircase. I don't know, maybe somebody like it, maybe not. When I was apprentice and professional guys teach me how to do layout, so it's not should be looks like stairs. In this video you see I start from the full board, then I put 50% of length of this board, then I put 75%, and other one it's 25% of length of full board. In this layout, joints of each board is far from each other, and it's avoid any cracking, and this layout will be more safe. For sure, if you doing a staggering like staircase, you put full board and then 75, then 50%, of length, and 25, and then just installing other boards the same. It will be easy, but it's not strong enough because floating floor. Why it's called floating? Because it's always moving. It's not nailed to the subfloor. It's not glued. It floats. And when you put furniture in one side, another side, you put something also heavy stuff, maybe beds or something, and the floor start bended. If it's staircase, like we make, staggering like staircase, for this floor, easy to, when it's bended, open the joints, and you will see the gaps. I guess many of you saw the floor when boards making separate, and you see the gaps, and you don't know how to fix it, and why it's happened. When staggering like I showed you, these joints not if it's floor bended, not easy to separate it, because all joints don't have so close connection. This is the main things why I'm doing this way. So not cracking and not separating boards. Also, I want to tell you about how you want to start, this layout. So I'm starting always from the long wall. So for example, this is a 3-bedroom apartment, and we have the longest wall in the living room and dining area. So I'm starting from this wall. Always start installation from the long board, and then you can add different lines with different lengths. Like I said, 50% of the whole length of board, then 75, and then 25. It doesn't matter what the layout will be next lines, but the first line I always start with this layout. You see, Here is the corner to the balcony windows, and we have two options. First option, we can install, we leave gap around this corner and install baseboard, small baseboard to the windows. But if you undercut this corner, you can install baseboard on the front, but this side, what I just cutting, it will be without baseboard. It looks more professional. In all process of installation, we have some little things which is showed you did a nice job. It's not like you installing everywhere baseboards, a lot of calc. So some places it should be very clean, like this corner. Also, when you slide in some boards under the wall, like what I'm doing now, so always try to use a small piece. Why small piece? Because if you make some not right cutting, you didn't break, big piece. You save material. And another one, easy to slide in under the wall. Also, this first few lines, when I start installation, when I pre-cut, for example, around the pipe and under the wall, so I'm sliding these boards from the wall, out of the wall, because easy to do work. And then I taped these pieces together with masking tape. It's helped me hold this line very straight, and I am just follow layout. Only I am not, before I move into the wall, I am not installing last boards, each line. Also, when I'm taping the floor with masking tape, it's helped me to make, to avoid separate lines. Sometimes when I put it together, if it's not taped and start sliding boards close to the wall, lines separating. But when you tape it, no problem. It's really solid and easy to move, not separating. It's very, very straight. It's like you have another two hands. Like I said, don't install last boards for each lines, because when you move this bunch of wood close to the wall, you can't do it, because from both sides floor will be attached to the walls. It's very hard. It's from my experience. So I just start, come very close, but not installing last boards. Now when I slide all this bunch of wood to the wall, now I can install, you see, last pieces. It's easy. For laminate flooring, I'm using this laminate cutter. Most of pieces you can cut with laminate cutter. It will help you to make very clean job, no dust, and very fast cutting. Also, don't forget about expansion gap. For floating floor, we have to leave space between each walls, from the long side, from the short side. When I cut around the heater pipe, I have to leave a quarter gap. It should be everywhere, not less than quarter. Why? Like I told you before, so this floor is floating, it's floor moving. So, and we have to give the possibility for this floor to move a little bit, So if floor don't have a gap, it can be attach very tight to the wall and lock one side. So another side can bend it, and it can start cracking. You can see the sound when you walk, and also it can be board separated because one side is locked completely, attach it to the wall, another side can freely floating. It will be big problem. So sometimes when it's cracking, so when I do repairs, I just come and check where is I hearing sound, removing base bar, I looking for where is the flooring attached to the wall, using oscillation tools, cutting floor, make space between wall and floor, and then install base bar back. After this, floor stop cracking and making sound. After finishing last boards in first few lines, I use leftover to start new lines. I used, if you see, first of all, full board, then I use 50, same layout I'm doing. After 25% I install full board, then 50, then 75, and another 25%. So it's not exactly 75% of length or 50%, approximately. If you wanna install same length of board, like for example you start from full board, so same length of board, you have to install up to 2 lines, not less. So joints should be in one line up to 2 lines. Like you see, I install full board and then 50, 75, 25%, and then I put full board. Why I am telling you about these rules? Why it should be joined after 2 lines, for example, not less than 2 lines? Because of main reason, the floor should be more stable, joints not so close, and floor not breaking, not separating, and more strong connection. So if many joints very close to each other, it can make a problem in the future. You can start feeling cracking, and it can, when it's bended, it can separate it. This is the main things. Now you can keep attention what I am removing tape, and you will see the joints. You see all joints very far from each other. This is the right layout. No stagger like staircase, and you can use this floor as long as you can, because warranty for this floor 25 years. Before I just didn't realize how the floor can be, laminate floor you can use for so long. Exactly this job I did in 2013. I saw this floor not so far because this is my neighbors. This floor looks like new, no any problem. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any question, don't hesitate, ask me. I will always answer you. See you on next video.